And we're live. Welcome to More Good News, the show where we continue to highlight the stories that uplift and bring us all together. Hey, so every weekday at 10:30 and then again at 1 p.m., we are highlighting the good news only, recapping the good news only, the inspiring headlines, the community, and the local wins that bring a little more light to your day. And I want to hear from you. So if something good is happening in your world, a community success, a personal victory, a birthday, or just something that made you smile, send me an email to news25@week.com and be sure to put Hey Shauna in the subject line so I know it's for me because I would love to share your good news right here on the show. Now, as always, today's show is full of reasons to smile. I want to start by asking, did you see this morning's interview with Miss Tia McLean? If you didn't, I'll just give you a brief recap. We talked about thyroid awareness. It's Thyroid Awareness Month for here in January. And as someone who is living with thyroid disease myself, I thought it was important to highlight that and make space for that conversation at least one time in this month before the month was over. And Miss Tia is a member of our community. She lives in Peoria, and she has a daughter who passed away, unfortunately, from hyperthyroidism. So, there's, if you don't know, there under the umbrella of thyroid disease, there's also hyperthyroidism, where it's overactive, hypo, where it's under. And I happen to have hypo, where my thyroid disease is not working well enough. Her daughter Taylor had hyper, where her thyroid was overacting, was doing more than what she needed. And so she came by, Miss Tia, to talk to us about her experience with that, with her daughter's journey, and with her own experience and journey with thyroid disease now that she herself has been diagnosed with thyroid disease. And she also stopped by to talk to us about the Taylor Strong campaign, named after her daughter, and all of the great things that she and her daughter's friends and past teammates of her daughter and I think a couple teachers have come together to do for the community. So we'll be talking more about that in August and July. But what did you think about the episode? If you watched this morning, send me an email to news25@week.com and let me know what you thought about the show. Were there some things that you learned that you hadn't known before? Were there some things you still had questions about? I would love to know that. Make sure you send me that email, news25@week.com. Be sure to put Hey Shauna, that's SHAUNA, in the subject line so that I do know it's for me. I would hate to miss it. Like I told you yesterday, if you don't put Hey Shauna, I might think it's a work email. And I may or may not be good at checking those. I plead the fifth. So make sure you send me an email. Let me know what you thought about the show. I thought it was amazing. I'm so glad to have her. She was our first guest in the new studio, and we were talking so well about everything else. We forgot to mention that. Anyway, more good news coming up next. I'm on break.
No, I was hoping this thing didn't have a shock mount, but it does. Can I live without that? I guess if I got one, I gotta have two. Shucks.
And welcome back. Sorry, I thought my microphone was down. I almost panicked for a second. You know what? I was thinking about telling you before we went to break was it is so confusing. Did you see me take forever to try to cut the turn that hour alarm off? Did you update your phone with the latest iPhone update? It's so hard for me now. Why do I need to swipe to turn the alarm off? But I only have to push the button to hit snooze. That doesn't make sense to me. I should be able to hit that button real quick. I mean, it makes no sense to me. They changed too much. But I do like that you can change your background in text messages. I don't like that the other person also, whoever you're texting with, has control over changing the background. If I set it to what I wanted, I don't think the other person should be able to come along and change the background to our text messages. Like my sister did that. We're texting, I've changed the background to what I want. She changed it within 2 seconds. I don't like that on the update. If I change it, it should stay how I said it should be. Don't you think?
Nope, I don't think so. I think everybody should be able to change it.
Not on your side, maybe. No, you don't change it on my side. That was Leon. Again, this is part of us being in a new space. So let me tell you about some stuff that's happening locally since we didn't talk about any, well, we talked about good news this morning, don't get me wrong, it's Miss Tia, but we didn't talk about what was going on out and about around in our world and particularly in our communities. So there is some state, I don't know why this does this, how it does it, but we're going to see if we can change it. Okay. So there's state money up for grabs, and I wanted to tell you about it in case you didn't hear about it during the newscast yesterday. So the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority is sharing details with local organizations at the Peoria Public Schools Administration building, and I am live. Y'all hear Leon in the background? Okay. So they're sharing this information, and so they got together with local organizations at the Peoria Public Schools Administration building, which was great. These are Restore, Reinvest, and Renew are three grants, and they're aimed at communities hardest hit by the war on drugs. I think goes. It's good. It's a great start to restore and reinvest and renew from what happened with the war on drugs and all. There's lots of documentaries about this stuff, so definitely check those out so you understand more about the effects of that on certain communities. So the grants are funded by 25% of Illinois' cannabis tax revenue, with a focus on reinvestment and renewal. And this year, a total of $50 million is available statewide. So I hope that we see this money go to really good use. Organizations can apply online at r3.illinois.gov with applications open through March. And right after the break, we will have more good news. Welcome back to Good News Only, and we are back with more good news. So, the process to immortalize a beloved Catholic leader from Central Illinois is moving forward. In case you missed it yesterday and this morning, the Vatican is expected to announce a date for the beatification of Archbishop Fulton Sheen. So Sheen was born in El Paso and educated in Peoria, then later ordained as a priest. He rose to national fame as a radio and television preacher, hosting the program Life is Worth Living. I don't remember, now, I don't know exactly when this, because this looks like 70s, 80s, okay? So I might have been a wee little girl still. But I vaguely remember, so I don't remember ever watching any of this, but I vaguely remember his name. Like I remember Fulton the name. If you remember watching any of the programming, let me know. Send me an email to news25 at wek.com, or make sure you follow the 25 News Now Facebook page, or 25 News Good News Only Facebook page. I've got to change that. And let me know, like, if you have ever seen any of this programming. It's pretty cool. So he rose to fame, national fame, as a radio and television preacher hosting the program Life is Worth Living, as I said. And the beatification is the first official step toward sainthood in the Catholic Church. The process was delayed for years due to investigations, and now it's been resolved. Catholic media reports the beatification could take place as early as September, a point of pride for Peoria. Lots of good things have happened and are happening in Peoria. So congratulations to him and any of his remaining family members, and to Peoria for producing good apples. And so next is a powerful journey. Focused on peace, mindfulness, and slowing down. So look at this. I want to know what you think about this. So there's a study that has come out about loneliness. So the CDC reports 1 in 3 people say they feel lonely. Experts warn chronic loneliness can impact mental health. We know that. And I learned that during COVID. Physical health and brain function. Brain function. Well, I guess so if it's impacting your mental health. Signs can include stress, fatigue. If you're lonely, why are you tired? Hey, but no judgment here. Stress, fatigue, or substance use. But loneliness doesn't look the same for everyone. So the solution isn't just being around people; it's about building meaningful connections. I can understand that. Volunteering to help combat the loneliness, taking a class, or joining a book club. We need to have a book club here with Good News Only. I want to know what you all are reading. So if you're lonely, you don't have to be. You can join me in creating a book club. Joining a book club can help create quality interaction. Experts say if someone seems lonely, reach out, and if it doesn't work at first, keep trying to reach out. I don't. Still really hard to see if somebody is lonely to me. For me, because I don't. I like being alone. Now, I don't think that I have the opportunity with the way that my life and family are set up to be lonely per se. Um, but I do know people who are prone to loneliness, who have been lonely. I understand why that could happen and why they could begin to feel those feelings and feel down about it. We'll talk more about it after the break. Welcome back. It's me again, and you are watching more good news at 1 p.m. So, before the break, we were talking about loneliness and the reports that the CDC have come out with recently about 1 in 3 people saying that they feel lonely. And, during before the break, I was saying that I didn't really have a lot of opportunity to feel lonely because I like to be alone. One, two, the way my family and friends are set up, I don't get an opportunity to feel lonely. But I was thinking that's really not true. And just based on what the story is reporting in terms of loneliness not being about just being alone, but or just being around people, but meaningful connections. I have meaningful connections in my life. Trust me, I definitely do. But I'm still an individual, right? We all are individuals, and there are times in my life where I feel like an individual, like not understood in a way, right? Maybe not necessarily misunderstood, but like not understood in certain ways. Like I'm the only one who thinks this way. I'm the only one who sees life in a certain way or situations a certain way or has my own, the only one that has a certain perspective or like nobody else will get it. Especially since losing my best friend and my aunt in 2018, like she got me. She just got me. And so my sisters, they get me. My brother definitely gets me. I have people who get me, but it just was a different kind of got me. And so sometimes I feel like, and even if she didn't get it, she just let it. You know what I'm saying? She just let me be. I didn't have to explain anything. She wasn't put off or shy away from. It wasn't like, "Girl, are you okay in there?" It was just like, "That's how you are," and so sometimes I miss that. And so in those moments, I think I do feel a sense of loneliness. It would I feel tired, just want to go to bed and forget about it, and tired of right that feeling. So, do you ever feel lonely? Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you get what I'm saying, send me an email or comment on Facebook, or send me a message on Facebook. I probably will clip this part of today's show. So if you ever feel lonely or you understand what I'm saying about the feelings of loneliness in the way that I usually feel it, if I feel it, when I feel it, send me an email, news25wek.com, and let me know what your experience with loneliness is. I will say that I feel like I have hair or something on my face, on my chin. But I have often felt afraid of feeling lonely because sometimes people have been lonely enough to make some decisions out of loneliness. And I mean, I don't judge, but I don't want to go with you. Okay, I don't want to do it. So I'm just I'm always just try to be cognizant of how I feel and try and in terms of loneliness and trying to make sure that I see all of who and what I do have in my life to combat that loneliness. More after the break. Welcome back to Good News Only. It's me again, Lashana Guy. Speaking of loneliness, which we were talking about before the break, Vanna White is not lonely anymore. I mean, it doesn't look like, from what I'm reading, she's been lonely for quite some time, okay? Because she just got married. If you don't know who Vanna White is, somebody didn't know who Vanna White was last week, and I was like, oh my God, they're younger than me. What a drag. But Wheel of Fortune icon Vanna White, in case you didn't know who she was, has officially married her longtime boyfriend, John Donaldson. So the 68, and she got a man. 68, and she just got married, had a whole wedding. 68. The 68-year-old announced the surprise wedding Wednesday in an Instagram post. 68, and she's on Instagram. Okay? So White said they've been in love for 10 years. Now, my auntie used to say you got 90 days before everybody mask came off and the honeymoon phase was over, but she was divorced. I digress. But she said they've been in love for more than 10 years and finally made it official in a private ceremony. According to People magazine, White met Donaldson in 2012. 2012 through a friend at a barbecue. So, it's anything's possible everywhere. So she met him back in 2012 through a friend at the barbecue. And Donaldson is a real estate developer who owns a construction company. And the couple first went public from 2012 about their relationship back in 2019. And then they got married in 2026. That's what I like. I mean, I like, let's just keep our business, let's just stay private together, right? Nobody knew. Private relationship from 2012, I mean, at least not the mass public, right? 2012 to 2019. That's when they go public. Then they get married 5, 6 years later. I love it. I love to see it. I love people also who can mind their own business. I love people who can mind their own business. And I love the fact that they were able to keep their relationship quiet and mind their own business amongst themselves. Congratulations to them. And if you are looking for love, go to a friend's barbecue. It could be there. Get up, friend. Trust me. Get up. I mean, I probably won't go, but you could go and you could find love at a barbecue. Get up, get yourself together, get gussied up, get to that barbecue because at 68, you might be able to find you a love partner and post it on Instagram 10 years later as well. Well, that is a wrap for me. Okay, we don't have any more stories for today because we are about to end our show. I'm Lashana Guy, and this is More Good News Only. This is the show where we talk about the good news, the inspiring moments, and the feel good headlines at 10. Right, we do this at 10:30, and then we come back at. It looks like they want something. What do y'all want?
Hi, everybody.
I mean, I told y'all no. You're not walking out steady talking to me, looking at me.
Hi, everybody.
Anyway, I hope you found a reason to smile on today's show. I hope you found a reason to smile on both shows today. I know I have enjoyed my week with you. I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend and meet me back here on Monday morning at 10:30 a.m. In the meantime, be sure to check out all of the evening newscasts. I'm Lashana Guy for 25 News. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weekend.